This is a Headgum podcast.
Either chair is yours.
This one?
Which one? Whichever one.
Where are you?
I'll be in the one that you're not in.
I'll go for it. I'll go for here.
Okay.
There's not cameras too.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, we're rolling. Hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, Tim. Nice to meet you.
Now, put this on silent. Take the coaster. There you go.
I'm gonna grab water out of the bag.
Tim, sorry. Tim, remind me of the last time we saw each other.
Probably, honestly, last night.
Well, I appreciate your honesty.
9:30. Do I need to sit up? Should I adjust this at all?
No, don't worry about it.
Is this okay? Yeah. You want to talk about what we've been doing, or have you already told it to the audience?
Well, I talked to Nick a couple weeks ago and hadn't done it yet. And he was starting his first week or mid first week.
Yeah.
So we were talking about it, but now I have a whole new perspective on it.
Yeah.
This is Tim and I made our Broadway debuts.
Yeah. And Oh Mary.
And I wish.
What do you mean you wish?
What
we did was fine.
No, it was. That'd be quite a bit to chew off for your Broadway debut.
Yeah.
No, we did this play called All In, a play about love by Simon Rich, directed by Alex Timbers.
Yeah.
And it has a rotating cast, and it was so much fucking fun.
It is fun still, yeah.
Well, yes, Tim gets to keep doing it.
Yeah. But your experience.
My experience was great, and it's basically it's more than this, but at its core, it is four people sitting down in chairs and performing these scenes, wildly disparate. There was one about some pirates, and there was one about the Elephant Man's physician, benefactor. There was one about two baby detectives. So just all across the board, but very smart and very funny.
And music also.
Oh, and music, yes. Yeah. Music from the Magnetic Fields performed by...
the Besners? Wait, do I have it?
Begsons? The Begsons.
I don't have my thing in here.
The Beg... Oh, do you have a playbill?
I did. I was carrying it around. I was on Times Square, sort of holding it up, going, hey, look at this play.
Hey, who's this? This guy looks like Tim Meadows. I should really do some more research. I should go see this play. And we were sitting in rehearsals, and Tim and I have known each other for a long time, but realized we've never worked together.
Yeah.
Of all the mutual friends, all the various projects that I could have been a part of, you could have been a part of, and this is our first time working together. It was nice.
And it wasn't by request, or, you know what I mean? Like, if I would have worked with you over the years, I never said, like, I don't want to work with David.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, No. I have some recordings of you and it was, I know you were a little drunk. It was at the Bohemian Grove, and this would have been back in early aughts, and you're smoking a cigar, you're there with Karl Rove and Nigel Farage, and
two people I haven't seen in a while.
It's been a while, huh? And he wasn't invited, but he kept trying to sneak in Piers Morgan, you know, and you're on tape, and you're adamant about you kept getting my name wrong. You were adamant about never working with me.
Well, you know, it might be true. I'm not going to deny it, because I did know all those people at one time. So it's good research you've been doing, but. Yeah, I think maybe one project I didn't want you to be part of, which was the Michael Richards show. Remember that? NBC?
No, Please tell me about it.
I just didn't want you to be a part of it. They were going to hire you to play like a reporter or something like that. And I was like...
Reporter number 3?
Yeah, it's something...
That was my first role, reporter number 3 in the Amelia Earhart story.
Yes.
On TBS with Bruce Stern and Diane Keaton.
I learned that.
I was reporter number 3. Not the first, not the second, not the fourth, not the fifth.
Yeah.
The third.
So they were like... They said, question? Somebody had a line. Mm-hmm. They answered it. Mm-hmm. No, sir, question? Somebody answered, had a line. Mm-hmm. Here's your big moment. You.
Hey, Amelia, if that is your first name, cut. We don't need to riff. We don't need to... Oh, I thought the reporter... The as I saw him, he was like... extra. No, just don't add anything, please. Just stick to the script. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You shouldn't improvise during the Amelia Earhart story is pretty much...
Reporter number 1, question. Reporter number 2, question. All right, reporter number 3, you're up. Right, Amelia. Cut. It doesn't. He's not from England.
Hey, does your heart sort of race when I go reporter number 2?
I'm amping up.
Don't you start getting?
I'm trying to get into it.
Yeah.
Not be out of my head.
Yeah.
Be in, but I can't help because it's the complex, contradictory nature of what we have to do. You have to be in the moment, but you have to memorize your lines, get your cues, find your light, all that stuff.
Right.
So you're trying to be the character of the reporter of a like vague Hispanic background, but we're not sure what. A peanut allergy, which hadn't been really discovered at that point.
That's a lot of backstory. That's good for you.
Yeah, I always.
You're like me in the way like we both make shitty writing better.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yes, that's how I felt. That's how I felt when I was working with Spielberg on the Post.
Yeah, I mean, that's our job.
You roll your eyes and you go, "Let's see what I can do."
You want me to say this? Sure.
I'll do my best.
We'll see what happens.
Who are you texting? What are you doing?
No, I'm going to pull up the bill for the show.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Performed by the Bingsons. We were very close. Bingsons.
The Bingsons. It's a married couple.
It's a married couple. And they do songs.
And I don't know when this will probably come out after the run of the show is over, but Hank Azaria is replacing me. I replaced Nick Kroll.
Right.
You replaced
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. And it's been fun. And our lineup was just so fucking talented. I mean,
yeah, it's too bad you're not going to talk to anybody else from the show on this podcast.
You're still jealous? You think that's diminished your appearance here, that I'm going to have Lin-Manuel Miranda
I don't know.
and Annalee Ashford both on?
I think you used me to get to them.
To make them jealous?
Yeah, like you were like, Tim said he's going to do it. So, and they were like, oh, really, Tim? You got Meadows?
You got Meadows?
Wow, okay. You didn't even go over the list of people that you had. You were like just using me, but that's cool.
No,
but they are great.
They are great. And I knew very little about, I knew nothing about Annalee, but she's amazing.
Yeah.
And she's a Tony winner.
Yeah, yeah.
And I knew very little about Lin, except for obviously Hamilton, and he wrote music for Moana, and I believe Encanto. But I don't know, I hadn't really seen, but he's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And the sweetest guy.
Yeah.
The nicest.
Like very normal. Like,
totally. Super cool.
Really cool dude. Almost like to the point where you're almost like you don't have to be as nice as you are.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. I'm going to come down and talk to you before the show. And he'll come up into our dressing room and hang out with us and stuff before the show.
Yeah, sometimes try to get us liquored up on that nasty Doritos flavored tequila.
He has some Doritos flavored tequila.
It was not.
And he was proud of it, actually.
And he drank it. That was not his first bottle.
Yeah. It was already half empty when he showed it to us.
It was nasty. It was like you could sort of taste a little bit of like the corn tortilla, a little bit in the aftertaste, but...
You know what I imagined it to actually be? And this is something we talked about. I imagined it to be like, in Dune when they suck the water out of the sweatsuit.
I do not. I haven't seen it.
Well, it's a book also. You don't have to just see the movie.
I haven't seen the cartoon.
Whatever.
Sorry.
It's not a cartoon. It's
a
just
comic book?
Start off with a book. What pages it's written.
Oh, with
words.
just the letters? Those
Yes.
things where it's just letters?
Yes.
Oh, no, thank you.
But in the thing, they wear the suits. They wear all of the sweat and body, any like liquid from their body is transformed into water, and they drink it later. And when we drank that tequila, that's what I imagine those steel suits taste like. It's like a really shitty water.
So you think that is it futuristic, or is it another planet and a long time ago kind of thing? Or
Do I have to go explain doing it?
No, just that.
No,
Answer
I can
that
give it
question.
to you. It's in the future.
Okay, done. All right. So you're saying that in the future they have the technology to filter, urine,
Yes.
sweat, bile,
Yes.
poop, pus, mucus into water.
Yes.
But they do not have the technology to make it taste okay. That's the one thing they weren't able to do, even though we can do it now. I call bullshit on your little book.
They didn't think, how about a little strawberry we put in there? Just like a drop of chemical strawberry.
They don't have
just to make-
strawberries in the future. Those are done.
Whatever. They could put spice in
The only berry, this is for real, this is a true fact, the only berry that survives in the future, loganberry. That's true.
Loganberry?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It has something to do with the skin, the skin of the berry.
I've never had loganberry. Is that the furry one on the outside?
Chris?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were going to look it up.
There's some new fruit that people eat now. It's like pink. It looks like a Georgia O'Keeffe like painting. It's like pink on the inside.
I don't know whether to eat it or hang it up in my living room. It's so pretty.
Why are you doing a Southern accent?
Maybe Georgia.
Oh,
Just
okay.
sort of triggered it.
Where was Georgia O'Keeffe from? Was she?
I don't know. She painted in New Mexico. We know that.
Yeah.
But I don't know where she was from.
Where? But what is that fruit called? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't. Is it the not the dragon fruit?
I don't know. I don't know the name of it.
Well, you haven't done a good job describing it. It looks like a Georgia O'Keeffe painting.
Yes,
That's what I'm supposed to
like
go off
when
of?
you cut it open.
Okay.
It's kind of furry and fuzzy on the outside, but when you cut it open, it's like purple and then pinkish and then white in the center. And it's
I have
like
no idea. Is it sweet or citrusy or?
It's just like a Georgia O'Keeffe. No, it's no. What is it? It's sort of crunchy and a little sweet, a little salty.
I don't know. So it's new to America, or it's new? Like they literally discovered it.
It's new to me, so that's all I can tell you.
Well,
so I didn't do any research. I wouldn't be asking these questions about.
All right.
You didn't say come in prepared to talk about shit. You just said, "Hey, can you do my podcast?"
Implied.
I'm trying to get.
I thought it was implied. Okay. Well, fine. So you don't know. Just fucking know your fruits before you bring them up.
All right. Here's a new segment on this show. It's called Know Your Fruits.
Yep.
Here's one. It's orange, and it has a hard peel on the outside. On the inside, it's soft and juicy, and when you bite into it, it's really sweet. Some people squeeze it and eat it for breakfast and drink it for breakfast.
A slightly unripe peach?
Nope. Try again.
Loganberry?
No, fuck. No.
Oh, does it look like a Georgia O'Keeffe painting?
If you cut it the wrong way, it does.
And you mix your blood in there?
Well, it's sort of orangish, pinkish.
Mm-hmm. A blood orange?
Yeah, like a blood orange.
Why didn't you just say blood orange?
Because I wasn't thinking blood orange is the answer. I was thinking nectarine.
Oh, nectarine.
Which is not an orange. It's different.
Oh, I like nectarines.
I could have said tangerine, too, which would have led you down to...
Or a clementine.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know who is great in this show? We were talking about them earlier. Anna Lee and Lynn.
Yeah.
They were amazing.
Very. I would sit there when I had some downtime and just watch everybody, even though I'd now seen it, a dozen times. But I would just watch and go, God damn, that's such a great take. That's such a smart way to do that particular thing.
And to do it every night. You know what I mean? Like we do it every night or whatever, but like they were always discovering something new or hitting beats, and they are as funny every night.
Yeah.
You know what? I admire that because, you sort of do that with stand up a little bit. I don't know about you, but like my act is completely the same all the time. So when I do
Mine is not.
You change, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very extemporaneous. I'll just comment on shit that. I mean, I have my bits, but I fuck around within the bit.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
a robot.
I am like I type into an AI thing like.
What would Tim Meadows? What would a Tim Meadows set sound
car
like?
Accident. Make this funny, and then I get whatever it types up, and then I just read. I do that on stage.
Smart, and literally read it.
I just read
from
it.
Your phone.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Today I'm going to tell you about Huel, which is a nutritionally complete, ready-to-drink meal. Okay, and it's naturally flavored. I've got the Black Edition iced coffee in my hand. Here we go. It's high in protein, and which helps you hit your health goals. Okay. It contains vitamin C, which supports your immune system. It's ridiculously convenient. There's no preparation or hassle, and it's cheaper than coffee. When we think about what you'd be spending on takeout or meal deals, it's kind of a no-brainer, as the kids say. The kids from a couple generations ago, when they were kids, they would say it's a no-brainer. I don't think kids say it anymore. These kids today. Black Edition ready to drink is a meal in a bottle. One bottle contains 35 grams of protein. That's a lot. 27 vitamins and minerals, and is low in sugar. Huel is a perfectly balanced meal designed by nutrition experts and takes the guesswork out of healthy eating. Huel shakes actually taste like a milkshake, and they come in a range of flavors, and they're low in sugar. With high protein meals under $5, they save you time and money. Here, hang on a second. Let me have a drink of this. This is the iced coffee one. Oop. Now, I already had breakfast, so I don't know. I don't want to be having two breakfasts. Come on. Okay, ready? Here we go. Oh, man, that is good. That's good. It would be better if it was in the fridge. I pulled this out of the box. That is tasty. That is not bad. So this one is the iced coffee. I know Emma, who was a producer here, prefers strawberry. I haven't had strawberry. I'll try it later. I don't want to have too many. This would be like 3 Thanksgiving dinners in a row if I had 3 of these, right? So I don't want to do that. But tomorrow I will have strawberry. I'll report back to you. So they got iced coffee, which is the one I'm having here, which is good. They have vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, banana. I will skip the chocolate because I'm not a chocolate fan. Don't like chocolate. Like vanilla, like strawberry, somewhat like banana. But what if we do a mix and match? What if we do a strawberry banana? That might mess up the strawberry for me. Anyway, I'm going to have a strawberry one. I'll report back. And Emma likes the vanilla. She says, for what it's worth, I really like the vanilla and use it on days where I'm busy at work but need to feel full and energized. That's direct word for word quote from Emma, one of the producers. New customers visit HUEL.com/senses today and use my code senses to get 15% off your first order plus a free gift. Fuel your best performance with Huel today. How much merch are you selling?
I'm selling a lot. I'm doing like I do T-shirts.
What
socks.
about a software program?
It's too much. I haven't got that far.
Okay.
I like to do I like stuff that people actually like.
Socks are good.
Yeah, socks, T-shirts, headbands,
sure,
wristbands.
Okay. Like a Live Strong type thing, or
they had that guy. What was his name? The bicyclist, Lance Armstrong. They had a bunch of leftover yellow ones, like those yellow bands.
Live Strong.
Yeah,
yeah. Live Strong like Armstrong.
Yeah, and we just flipped it over. and it's just a yellow band, and
Oh,
then I just go, hey, I just have to do a joke about a yellow rubber band in my show somewhere. Sometimes it's hard because I don't really want to do.
It's like a speed bump in your act.
Yes,
I gotta shoehorn in a joke about a yellow band. Can you give me an example of one of your jokes? Yellow band jokes?
Boy, that's a hard one. Because most of them are they're sort of a racist comment, and then I go into yellow band, and so
like an Asian type thing.
I'm not gonna say Asian, but
wait, is it like when you say yellow band, are you talking about like K-pop?
Yes.
Okay, I got
you.
So
I do yellow band, and then people go, what? And I go, like K-pop.
Right. And then they go yellow band. I see.
Depending on where I am in the country, they love it. Sometimes they don't love it. But, you try to get that into shoehorn it in between talking about being an African-American.
Sure.
And going through struggles in life. Mm-hmm. And then I go, oh shit, I got to do the K-pop show.
And then you undermine it all with a racist comment. About Koreans. Oh, smart. That's an interesting tack to take, but okay.
And the only thing, I never talk about it again or before in the whole show. I never mention anything about it.
But you have them for sale.
I do have them for sale.
Tim Meadows, yellow band referenced yellow bands.
Yes.
Hey,
in the show.
Remember the joke.
Yes.
Right.
And I go, don't flip the band over also. Because it'll say "Live Strong" on the inside.
And that guy was
fucking asshole.
Asshole, yeah.
Yep. So, what about you? Do you have merch? Did you sell at your shows?
I do have merch for the first time ever. Mm-hmm. I got talked into it, and I don't.
By your accountant?
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't. And he's my business manager. I've been with him since the beginning.
Yeah,
and he is. Like a lot of my friends, and he's a really good guy, and I know two people who. Well, no, I know one person, very close friend, who had an inattentive guy, and then I know one who got ripped off.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that's just people I know. I'm very close with both of them,
right?
And I'm sure I know other people. So this guy's a stand-up, completely decent guy. He was at my wedding,
Yeah.
And
he told you to get in the t-shirts. He told you to get into
the t-shirt biz. He's like, "You're leaving money on the table, kid." And
that's nice.
So I just have the posters. I don't have. I have stuff that is. I can turn around. I don't have to have overstock, Like I don't know everybody's size and all that shit.
Right.
And I'm not like a band that's going to be able to just sell all that stuff and write it off. So I have limited amount of posters. I have a little kind of giveaway thing with a Tobias headshot, which I limit to each show to 25. That's it. And then I pick out a number of ball. If it's on the back of your thing, you go backstage and we hang out and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
And I'll sign it, personalize it, and that's it. I think. Oh, and koozies, beer koozies.
Oh, nice.
Which I use.
What do they say on it? Something like
it's the artwork from my tour, the end of the beginning of the end.
And so, do you carry all that shit around, or do you?
It gets
you ship it ahead.
Ship it ahead, yeah. It's really not a lot. It's nothing that can't fit inside the back of an SUV along with our luggage. That's the other thing. I don't have a van or one of those U-Haul things, so it's really pretty minimal. And and I mean, I've made money. It's not like I'm getting rich.
How much money have you made off of that?
Like less than I was hoping for, but I'd say it's total. Let's see. I'm at 48 shows, and I think I've made, I want to say $19.
Wow.
So I'm ahead.
I don't know.
I'm ahead.
Seems like your overhead is pretty high. You got to.
Well, I ship everything first class, meaning I get a first class seat
for the merchandise.
For all the merchandise. Yeah.
Right.
And that's my promise to you, the attendee of the show, that this is first class merchandise. It's not shipped in the hold of some big impersonal UPS plane, whatever. Yeah. It is first class. It's
treated well.
It's it's gotten its sleep. It had
You got a meal?
quality meal.
Yeah.
With grains, ancient grains, a tiramisu for dessert,
At least.
beef short rib ravioli, right? and a sorghum souffle.
That's
and
good.
that's the thing I'm not a fan of. But
The merch likes it, so what are you going to do?
the merch likes it.
You gotta get it.
So it's well rested when
That's
it gets
good.
off the plane. We get it a wheelchair.
Right.
Of
course.
They're waiting. There'll be a person at the the gateway or whatever. Is
Right.
David Cross's merch, and they put the merch in a wheelchair, wheel it, and
That's so cool.
yeah. It's that extra thing that I do.
Even still, though, the price, it seems like you're not moving a lot, but like, what, like, is there a price range on the things you're selling?
I sell one poster for $1,000.
Right. Okay.
And if you want it, great. And if not, you're shit out of luck. And so am I.
That seems high.
Yeah, I haven't sold one yet.
Not one?
No.
What's the lowest price thing you have on in your merch?
I have used toilet paper for 3 cents, which I don't like to waste anything, Tim. I don't like to waste anything. Wait. Speaking of that, I have to tell you what. So I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. Okay, because I think I was just jacked up from doing we had the 2 shows yesterday.
Kill me. Yeah.
Went and had a couple beers, and I was just, and I couldn't get the songs out of my head either. And I tried to go to sleep at a decent hour, and I kept waking up. But anyway, my point is, I had taken my daughter to school. My wife's out of town, so got up, got my daughter breakfast, fed the dog, took the dog out, came back, got my daughter's lunch together, blah, blah, took her to school, etc. I come out because I had a doctor's appointment. I come out, and I'm just kind of out of it. And there's a guy peeing, like facing into my, what do you call that little front area in a brownstone?
Atrium?
No, not inside the house, but like where you would come to go to the basement apartment. You know what I mean? Like
like the summer apartment.
Yeah, but what do you call that area that's out there? The landing? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called either.
Anyway, it's the front area. There's a little gate. It's where we
people
keep
put garbage cans there.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
That's where our garbage cans are. Yeah.
And, some people pee. Go ahead though.
Yeah. And this guy, and this all takes like a couple seconds to process. Like he's standing there, he's pissing, and it's like dribbly piss, and I'm like, dude. Really? And he's like, and he launches into this thing. I have a lacerated kidney, and he's kind of that kind of club kid, tweaked fae kind of energy. Like, I have a lacerated kidney, and I can't hold my I have accident, and my life is just shit right now, and he's still peeing, so he can't
telling
leave.
You this.
Yeah, and I'm just standing there listening to this, and he's going on, and then he there's not even a lot there. I can't help. I'm whatever. Yeah. And then he zips up, and I notice he's also not wearing a coat or a jacket. It's like 28 degrees, whatever, and he just looks like he's like tweaked out, right? And he's just rambling and all this shit. And then as I'm like, God damn it, and then he goes. He starts walking down the street the opposite way, and he's like, I'm a big fan of your movies. Okay. Yeah. For real, that happened this morning. And I was just like, that's such a New York fucking thing. Like, and I'm like, what? Hungover?
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you.
You want me to sign something? But also he said...
That's funny.
I truly believed him because he said, I have a lacerated kidney. It was the first thing out of his mouth. He was ready to go with it.
Like you should understand that. You should understand this.
Well, it bought himself 2 seconds of sympathy.
Yeah.
Where I was like, what's happening? Like... Yeah.
I don't... Yeah. That kind of stuff... I mean, I remember like seeing...
I got a ticket. I got a ticket from a cop. This is a long, long time ago. Who gave me the ticket. And there's some beautiful irony to this. I don't even know if it's irony. It's just hypocrisy, double standard. Because I'm realizing I got it was for public urination.
You did?
Yes. This is a long time ago. This is like
Yeah.
24 years ago, something like that, in the East Village. And I'm going to digress for a second.
Mm-hmm.
My drunken excuse was, officer, and because I was in a corner of like a, officer, I merely found an indentation and stood in it. That's a quote from me. Like, that's going to get me out of peeing. I merely found an indentation and stood in it. Anyway, he gives me the ticket, public urination.
Yeah.
I have to go over, and he gets my license and all that shit. It takes a couple minutes, gives it to me. He goes, big fan of Mr. Show. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Still, how much was the ticket? Was it worth it? The peeing?
I mean, probably. But I mean, it's like what I said to that guy, like, go to a fucking bar, go to a coffee place. There's a million places around here. And I should have done that. I don't know. I don't know. When you're that age and you're in the East Village and you're all fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're immortal.
Men are lucky, though. We can pee anywhere, like if we can just find a little space,
That's true. That is true.
I pee in my car, like into a bottle.
I pee in your car, too. You know that, right?
Really?
Yeah, Thursday nights. Yeah, and I do it. It's a live stream, no pun intended, on YouTube.
That's horrible.
No, it's not.
You should. Oh, okay.
I'm raising money for Gaza.
Well, you didn't ask me if I'm for or against or whatever.
Which is why I didn't ask you. That's why, because I knew we would end up having this big fucking conversation, and it would impede the flow of money.
And you're able to interfere with your peeing also? Would you be?
Could be,
Well,
what if I got pee shy because I was like, this is wrong?
Now you get a conscience. Yeah, I don't know. I notice I have to pee all the time when I'm going home. Do you do that? Does that happen with you?
What do you mean going home?
Like if I'm going home, if I'm just like driving and then I get to the house, as soon as I get to the door, near the door, I have to use the bathroom. I have to pee. And I go right to the bathroom every time. It's like I think it's a psychosomatic. Is that the word?
Could be.
It's a habit now. We can cut stuff out though, right? Or is this live out to the internet?
Nope. This is going to the space shuttle. Straight to the space shuttle.
I only tell the truth when I
know.
So
you're a truth teller.
I'm such a. So what did you think of me during the performance at the show?
Hit or miss, like always.
Yeah.
Like always.
But I'm a pro, though, right?
You are a pro. You're there early, and you leave early.
Don't talk to many people. Come in and do my job.
You refuse to be looked in the eye,
and
I think that's something I admire.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, Tim, and I'm so glad we got to do it. And I'm gonna miss it. I told you, I was thinking
the second, third day you said that, I'm gonna miss this.
But it was the feeling that took a couple days. I guess once we kind of got settled into the routine of it.
Yeah. And
what a fucking great job this is.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Chris Rock a while ago, and he had done the play Top Dog.
I know you're talking about.
Because he had told this to Bob, and then I when I was talking to him, I was like, "Oh, Bob said this," because we were talking about this other project, and he was talking about how much fucking fun it was doing, and he did a little bit more serious of a play, like we were just having fun,
right?
And he was talking about that, like what a great job it is, how much fun it is, and I can totally see that.
Yeah,
like you get. Your day doesn't start, and excluding matinee days, but you have Monday off, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Your day doesn't even start. You don't have to be there till 7.
Yeah,
you have the whole day.
Yeah, and
then you do this fun thing for 90 minutes, whatever it is, and you go home.
Yeah,
it's great,
it's solid writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like there's not like points where you go. Oh, this isn't going to work. You know what I mean?
And we got several ahs throughout the show.
And nice applause and big laughs.
Standing ovation every night.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Pretty
I was
sweet.
so surprised. Super Bowl night.
Two shows, Super Bowl. sold out.
But yeah, it was the rehearsal of it was also something that I had not really thought about before I signed on to it. Because I thought it was going to be like the vagina monologues or something, where we just are reading and it doesn't matter. We just read it. You know what I mean? But we rehearsed for like a week before we did the thing. And
I'm glad we did.
Me too, because like it was just like getting to know it and getting familiar with it before having to do it in front of people.
Yeah.
You start to get comfortable.
And it was interesting how, we talked about this, how every night had its own personality.
Yeah.
There's that first night where it's like, okay, here we are, first night, Broadway debut, and then you do it and you're like, whew, got it over with.
Yeah.
Second night, like, oh, I've done this before, but still has a little newness to it.
Right.
Third night, the most relaxed night, I'd say, of all of them, where it's just like, oh, we got this, do it, it's great, standing room, standing ovation, and then it was just a matter of like, how am I gonna make Tim laugh during this part? How do I get him to break?
Oh my God, you were killing me, dude. You were killing me.
That was fun.
You made me laugh so hard the last night. I doubled over.
When I said triple banger?
When you said triple banger. I doubled over laughing, almost coughed, almost spit water out of my mouth. And yeah, it was so funny. And it was also that last night, because I start laughing and I get teary-eyed when I laugh, I have to go in and get a handkerchief.
Or a serviette if you're in Canada.
Well, yes. From my, and to dab my eyes. And the audience, like either that night, one of those two shows, it became a moment. Like they were laughing at me having to wipe my eyes from laughing at you. Well,
that's what my sister said. That was her favorite part, was watching you laugh at my silliness.
And there was things too that were making me laugh that aren't necessarily like even funny in the script. It's supposed to be funny, whatever. Like when you would go, no, when he would ask you, have you ever been an actor? And it's such, because it made me laugh because you would say it so angry, and it's just a nice question. It's just a question.
Right. But also, I'm trying to do it in an overly affected actor way.
Yes.
With a little bit of this to it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an actor. That's what
so
actors would sound like.
Fucking funny, man. Oh, man. But yeah, it was fun.
Well, let's not talk about too much more about what the audience cannot relate to in any way, shape.
Alrighty.
And you and Lynn both, I admire this, but you both live where you grew up, out of the Hollywood system, or even New York. And you're in Detroit.
I am back in Detroit, Michigan.
You keep saying Michigan. Everyone knows where Detroit is.
There's other Detroits.
No,
look it up. There's other Detroits.
Nobody is thinking of wherever the other Detroit is.
Yeah.
You don't have to say Michigan. Yeah, I've been meaning to say that to you.
Okay. But yeah, I did. I moved back to Detroit.
Detroit where?
In the Midwest.
Ohio?
No, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan.
Okay. Because there's another Detroit.
I know. Okay. Ohio, I think, or California or somewhere. But yeah, I went back and it was right before COVID, really. I'm trying to think of when it was. I know I was doing Brooklyn Nine-Nine when I signed signed the papers to buy the place. So whatever year that was.
Are you in like downtown Detroit, or
I'm in downtown Detroit? Wow. I can see Lion Stadium when I walk out of my home.
So you're near Smokes.
I am not too far from Smokes Barbecue. Yeah. God, I got to think of other rib place I was telling you about. Maybe it's like Robinson's or something.
I don't know. Smokes is the only place I've been to for barbecue in Detroit.
Yeah,
it's good.
I would grab it and look it up, but yeah, it's this other place. It's so good.
But you like barbecue chicken. That'd be the thing you'd get, right?
I do love barbecue. I'm eating barbecue chicken now only because I promised that I would not eat a lot of red meat. I promise people I love meat.
But is pork considered it's white meat?
Well, it's white meat, but I don't eat a lot of pork either. I kind of.
That's the most delicious thing there is that you can barbecue.
Yeah, I used to eat it. I don't eat it as much anymore.
No.
Like bacon, I'll eat.
I do try to stay away from bacon.
Yeah.
So that I can have ribs and pulled pork and stuff.
But I like just now I'm just trying to eat differently and stuff.
That's good.
Yeah. But I occasionally will have some ribs, but not a lot.
Yeah.
But I do love barbecue chicken. I do. I was eating it almost every night before the show.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought it up. Because you stink like barbecue chicken in that chair. You're sitting next to me the whole time. Oh, can I ask this? Last night, when they started doing the pirate thing, did you sense that there was way more fog, or the fog machine was heavier last night?
I didn't sense it, no. But I sensed it during the death, because it comes out when I'm still doing the narrating, and I almost started coughing because
I was coughing during. I mean, that's a terrible thing when you're one of four people and you are about to start.
Yeah,
and I'm like trying not to, but I could have used a good 15-second, like, that kind of thing, because it was really
you coughing last night. Yeah,
it was really like, and I'm next to it. I'm next to the fucking fog machine.
Yeah.
It's
and it's cued off of one of your lines too.
Oh
so. God,
and that during the, thank God you have like a 1 minute of dialogue where all I have to do is go R, but because I'm like, how am I? And I was thinking, my head was like, I'm gonna have to stop. I may have to go, oh, excuse me, Blackbone, and just call. I don't, because something had to happen, but yeah.
I think. Oh, well, I was talking about last night's show. Well, let's go on to something else. What were we talking about before that?
Barbecue.
But barbecue chicken, yeah,
which is my least favorite way. I love
barbecued
chicken.
meats.
It's my least favorite barbecue meat. My least favorite way to have chicken. Like, I don't like it. It's like, I don't like the candy sauce part of it. And
you made a good point the other day when you said, like, you don't think you shouldn't have to put sauce on anything.
I'm adamant about that on ribs for sure.
Yeah,
like if you I don't mind like a dry rub or anything like that. I like that.
That's what this other restaurant in Detroit does.
Oh, really?
Like Robinson's or something.
Like Memphis style.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's like a dry rub, and it's so good.
I love that. Yeah.
I'll lick the sauce off the paper. Like they wrap it up in paper, like in like old school. It's so good, man. Yeah, I'm just reminiscing about it because it's like grimy also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it has a texture to it.
I mean,
as opposed to like sweet.
I do not like the KC sweet.
Yeah.
I just not a fan. And that on the, like, there's some and I'm pretty much strictly talking about ribs. Like you shouldn't have to slather a bunch of sauce on ribs.
Yeah.
And it's all the stuff, all the flavor should be right there.
Yeah.
And
do you like poutine?
I love poutine.
I do too.
No, you don't.
I love it.
Why? I want to swap hats with you because I love poutine,
and I don't love it.
You don't, and Tim's wearing a Scully cap that says poutine on it. And that was at like that's like a what, super dry or super font? What's the font there? It's like,
no, it's like
not super dry, but
what's that company called?
Supreme.
Supreme.
Yes, it's Supreme. Yeah.
It is like they ripped off Supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it in Montreal.
But I love poutine, and
it's just too thick for me. It's just too much.
I understand.
The gravy is too much.
Oh, it's just enough of all of it.
Yeah,
and it's some of the best drunk food. Like
it's for good
really
food.
Good.
Yeah.
And before Bob and I had Mr. Show, when we started,
Bob who?
Montgomery. He's my podiatrist, and
were you part of Bob and Ray? No.
Yes.
Okay.
I was
okay.
Yeah. And Hello, that's me. Oh boy, it's like a really bad sketch. One thing that Bob and I wrote for this, it's in the book Hollywood Said No, which is a compilation of movies and
Siri,
and
get Hollywood Said No. Put it on my reader. That's a great time.
What is it? What'd she say?
I'm not sure what you're trying to edit.
Oh, edit.
But okay, and Hollywood Said No.
Hollywood Said No is a compilation of two
things that you guys did.
Wrote that never got made.
Right. I love the title.
And we had a series, and also there's some sketches that we wrote that if we had done like another Mr. Show or something, but we just didn't get to it. But we had a bit that was a third-rate like Abbott and Costello, Lewis and Martin thing called Faggot and Morello, and that just happens to be the guy's name. And he's always yelling, "Hey, faggot!" So Bob was like whatever Eugene Faggot, and I was whatever Morello. What is it? And we had and it was very just ripping off those kind of two-man things.
Yeah.
50s, 40s, 50s. And then Bob would sing. He was like the crooner, and I was the guy who always getting in trouble. And we have a thing about, you ever see Abbott and Costello and The Mummy, I think it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I've seen it, yeah.
You know that, I think it's The Mummy with a scene where Lou Costello's like, he's got his hand here and he's just looking straight ahead. Mm-hmm. And it's fucking 2 minutes long of this, like, and he's touching who clearly is not Bud Abbott, it's the monster. And like, it's 2 fucking minutes. and so we have this whole scene where it's the ghost of Jesus. They go into Lazarus's tomb. And then, but it's the same thing as the Abbott and Costello, but it's Faggot and Morello, and they end up getting chased by the ghost of Jesus. Like in a sped up, you speed up the film. Yeah. Hey, faggot! What is it? What is it, Morello? Anyway, that's in that book.
That's horrible.
I don't know why I brought that up.
In so many ways. That's almost as bad as my Yellow K-Band.
Well, I don't think that's bad.
I don't know. Yeah. You knock out a lot of things with that one. That's funny. So what else is happening? How long does this last usually?
Like 4 hours, and then we'll cut it down to like 4 or 5 minutes.
Until the guest goes, I give. Like, okay, what do you want?
Yeah.
I give you.
There's a tip jar over there if you want to.
The door's locked. Cameras fucking blocking the door.
It's like how they show when you go to Scientology and they show that you take the personality test and like, here, we're gonna compute your results, and why don't you sit in this room and you can watch this movie? Okay, click. They lock the doors.
Here's an Abbott and Costello movie we're gonna make you watch. All about Scientology.
They had a Super Bowl ad on.
Who did?
Scientology.
They had a Super Bowl?
Yeah, they had an ad during the Super Bowl.
I heard that there was like a lot of Christian or a lot of religious ads.
Were there really? I know they do the Jesus, he gets us thing.
Yeah, they did one that was like different pictures of different people in different scenarios, human beings helping each other or whatever. And it was like, for like Latter Days, not Latter Days. It was for something. I don't know what it was for.
Yeah. I wonder when they'll know whether they were successful when they get their quarterly results and if their numbers have gone up.
Right. People going to church.
That. Yeah. And, tax-free income. Non-taxed.
I'm all for it.
You don't think we should tax churches and religious institutions?
Well, yeah, I think, I don't really have much of a political stance anymore on anything. I sort of given up and quit.
That's why you moved to Detroit.
Yeah.
That's where people who are at the end of the rope go.
Well,
I guess what have you got to lose, right?
I love it there, though. But,
That's great. And what do you love about it?
The Union. How's a Union town?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love our governor. I think we got a great governor. I don't even know who our mayor is. I should become more political aware locally.
Yeah. Think globally, act locally.
I know.
The poster
All
I've
politics are local, is what they say too. But no, I think since the past election, I've sort of, I'm re-evaluating how I can help in the future.
So what did you do prior to this election that clearly didn't work?
I did.
No, I'm sorry. I'm assuming that maybe I'm wrong. Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Jill Stein. No.
Oh.
No.
I want to print up bumper stickers that say, "Don't blame me. I voted for Jill Stein."
But yeah, I did some fundraising and stuff in Michigan. Yeah. But I kind of felt like after everything that happened, like I just need to sort of get a feel for what I want to do, like in the future. I still want to do something. I'm not going to like not do anything or not care. Mm-hmm. But I had dinner with a friend of mine, and she's very funny. But she said like she was going through the same thing, and then she said like she was reading the paper or something for a minute, and she got emotionally charged about it. And then she goes, "Why do I even care?" And it made me laugh. Just that sentiment of like, why do I even care? You know?
Well,
but
okay.
The reason that we care is because we care about other people.
Right.
We care about people less fortunate than us.
Right.
We care about people taking power and the wrong people being in power. And if you don't care, then nobody cares.
That's
you know what I mean? But just the sentiment of why do I even care just made me laugh, because it was like a question that I was saying to myself, like, because why am I getting so,
because you're empathetic.
Yeah.
And it's, especially when you have specific stories, right? Because we have all these kind of, macro stories about the aid to this, nonprofit is going to be shut off, and kids aren't going to get to go to, school or whatever. And that's like an abstract thing in a sense. But then you read a story about a person who died, or you read about an orphan whose mom wasn't able to get treatment for a D&C and died in the hospital waiting room because of the, and then there's a face, there's a picture, and there's a little boy. There's a 6-year-old boy who's now an orphan, because of ironically pro-life, laws, and that's why you care.
Yes, but also, and that's true, and also, I know it from a personal level. I know how important government programs are for poor people.
Yep, same here.
I was raised on welfare.
Yep,
basically from the time I was 7 until I was 17, welfare, food stamps, government issued food,
I had
all that stuff.
I had different time period, but I had that as well.
Yeah. And like summer job programs, like in Detroit, where I went and worked for the school, like fucking throwing out garbage, and like, or that you would they would send you to a class. Like, you go and take Spanish for the summer and we'll pay you $60 a week. And it was like, you're learning, and you're also, getting paid, and you're like, and the food, like, you're going, well, why give them? But it's like, you could, like, it was a lunch program involved in it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then getting the money is like, I get money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
this shit goes back to the GI Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where this stuff started. A lot of these programs emanated, which was massive, to get, and that's where a lot of that sparked civil rights as well, like equality, and it was the GI Bill, and they put a bunch of money because we were flush, and it was a smart thing to do, and so a lot of these programs are a direct response to that,
right?
And I don't know. I feel I'm very torn about my. I guess I can have both feelings at the same time about my feeling towards the people specifically I know, and then I can extrapolate to the people I don't know. But the people I do know, who I've had conversations with multiple times, who were Trump supporters, and I think I told you upstate, I'm in that kind of rural. And I've had I've been there for 17 years, many conversations about this kind of thing, and certainly in the last 12 years it's been amplified. But like, here's what I say to. It's similar to how I felt when Bush was president. It's like, and they made those massive tax cuts, and like, thank you for the money. I don't need it. I'm a millionaire, and I don't. And you're taking money. I'd rather have the, I'd rather have, a better police department, fire department, health and human services. I'd rather have better roads, better bridges, better, faster internet, better water, lead-free water pipes. Rather have an EPA, and but we're taking all of that austerity measures that'll affect all of us. But you're going to get like $112 at the end of the year, and I'm going to get like $52,000 that I don't need, but I'd rather just. So you're going to do without all of those services, and you're going to give me money, and you're going to give Trump and his friends like hundreds of millions of dollars. That's our money,
right?
And you're not going to have any of these things, and short term, it's a terrible idea, but long term, it's even worse.
Yeah.
You're going to have less educated, the unions will be weakened and hollowed out from within, and they're going to be powerless. And you just fucking wait until, I'm not kidding, until they roll back child labor laws. I fucking guarantee it. They're going to start, and then there'll be people going, good, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
You're 12. You can work.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Anyway,
I'm not.
How are you going to spend your extra money? Your Trump money.
The Trump money. Strip clubs, probably. I'm going to try to do the trickle down theory. Pass it down to the less fortunate.
Right. Trickle down.
Trickle down. Yeah, man. I have said that sentiment too, of like, well, okay, if that's what you want.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't.
Thank you. I guess. But the really important thing isn't. It's you're upset about some a trans teenager in Portland, Oregon, getting medication or health service. That's why you're willing to give up all the goods and services and say goodbye to Social Security and Medicaid.
And also with that sort of issue too, is like, you don't know anybody that's experiencing it. Like maybe out there in Middle America or whatever, or wherever. But it doesn't mean that it's not real. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean that it's not real. And that's the thing that really drives me crazy, is like, with that whole issue, is like they were trying to make it into something that was like, this is coming for us.
Yeah.
they're after us and they're trying to make our kids do this, and it's like,
oh, it's the same thing they talked about with
I
the
don't
gay,
think you
the
really
gay
understand
agenda.
it. Like you don't
it's the
really
same
understand
thing.
it.
It's the same thing. The things that they're talking about, although they have the side argument of like, it's there's only science says there's only this or that, they don't have just merely like this is a sin against God, it goes against nature, it's not, so they have there's only two sexes or genders or whatever the fuck, but it's the same thing. It's the same,
yeah. And it's like now it's become more personal for me anyways, like and it translates over into other things that I believe in politically and socially and stuff.
And you have had probably the longest transition period of anyone I've known. You're still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're going to.
They're
not doing a great job.
I'm very slow. Very slow.
Is that because of your just biologically, or just you've stopped taking your I don't.
I just sort of just decided to hold off for a few minutes. I want to see what
a few minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
For a little bit. Okay. I want to see how the country's going to go.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that.
Thanks.
Best of luck. Fingers crossed on that one. See
what's happening. No, but I would say that my awareness and my empathy for people different from me has definitely transitioned and I've gotten more understanding and less like shocked by alternative lifestyles and
same here.
Yeah.
Like,
I think when I first got in to showbiz, I think I was a lot more like, wow, this is different from what I'm used to. But I also say that's like what middle America is like. It's like, well, if you don't experience it, if you don't know people from these backgrounds, you don't see them as humans. You see them as these other.
I have a whole bit about that.
Oh, go ahead.
But it's funny.
Oh, okay.
But it's about how the only way we make progress in this country is when the people oppressing other people have a personal experience with the people they're oppressing.
Yeah.
So, and then it goes into this very funny bit.
I would imagine that it probably is your closer. Is that your closer?
No, but it's getting towards the end.
Yeah.
We're building up to the closer.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm friends with Harper Steele, the writer of the show.
Yeah, I knew Harper as Andrew. I worked on a show with her, then him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love her. And she's the first person that I knew personally that transitioned, and came out. And I had like...
Boy, I did not see that coming either.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
And I knew her really well.
Yeah.
Like we wrote Ladies Man together. We wrote at SNL together. We have been friends for 25, 30 years or something. And she's one of my best friends, one of my closest friends, But when that all happened, I totally had to like look at myself in the mirror and go like, okay, how are you a fucking mouthpiece? Mm-hmm. Are you how empathetic are you to somebody that you love and care for and respect, and they are going through this thing that like is going to be life changing,
and difficult,
and scary, and everything else.
And you gotta see the environment slide back into pitchforks and torches.
But yeah, it challenged me to like really like question, like not even question, but just like I had to step up to the fucking plate, like. So yeah, Yeah, it's been good. It's been good, and I just think that's another thing is like once it becomes like real, to you,
exactly.
it changes. It changes.
I know a couple of adults. I don't know them well. They're both totally cool. But the thing that really made me ask and answer a lot of questions to myself, much in the same way you're describing, I know 2 kids. And I mean kids. And one, I mean, they're both very good friends with my daughter. And there's not a doubt in my mind that this is a phase. And I'm talking about when one girl was 3 when she said, "Daddy, I'm a girl. I'm a girl who loves my penis." That's what she said. She was 3, and I know her as a girl, and she's a girl, and I know. Then there's another kid in my one of my daughter's best friend. I think if you asked her to name your best friend, it would be this person, and then has been in class since pre-K. So, and now in 2nd grade, they live down the street, and then she said the same thing. I'm a boy. Cut off all her hair, and now I only see a boy. And it's there's nothing forced. None of the parents that I think I'm imagining, I know both sets of parents, and I'm imagining it was they're both very fair-minded, rational, progressive people. So they probably like, okay, this is going to be tough. We're going to go through some tougher things when he or she gets older. They're both in very friendly environments, and one's in New York, one's in LA, so like-minded people who are sympathetic, empathetic, going to let them live their lives as best they can without, shooting them or beating them with bats or chasing them or denying them things. And that's, I mean, I picture those kids. And again, I know I see these kids all the time, and I picture them when there's the kind of, abstract thing about they're shutting off kids in Indiana are not going to have any access to this thing. And it's there's going to be more suicide, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I blame the electoral college.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But
I want to go back because I was in the middle of saying this is the greatest country that ever existed in history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we stand up? You want to stand up or? No?
I'm standing up right now.
This country gives me a boner. It does.
I want to fuck this country.
I want to fuck it so
from
much.
Behind.
From Florida all the way up to fucking Maine.
Oh, I was going to go up to Seattle. Give it a big. You know what? I have a bigger shaft, so there's more.
Yeah.
Thing to cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna just want to hit the East Coast. Just get the East Coast. Just fucking give it to it. Here, Boston, take some. Rhode Island, come on, open up.
13 original colonies. Let's see how you ride a dick.
I'll look at you across the country with a high five from the
spit roast. Spit roast America.
We should do a tour. That's what we'll call it.
The Spit Roast Tour. Tim Meadows and David Cross.
Fucking America
or no, actually, probably if we want to make some money, David Cross and Tim Meadows.
Yeah, don't.
The Spit Roast Tour. Yeah. Hey, do you? Speaking of which, you plug some shows that you got. I know you have some coming up, right?
I do. I'm going to Winnipeg. I'm going to be in Winnipeg
I'm going to be in Winnipeg too.
Yeah, we sort of.
Wait, where are you there?
I'm
or
there.
When are you there?
I'm next week. So.
Oh, I'm just going to miss you.
I rap, and we do the SNL 50th next weekend, and then I'm off for a few days the following week, and then I go to Winnipeg for like that weekend. So it's like the 20th, 22nd, or something like that of.
February. I'm there in March.
Okay, yeah. I'm there a little bit. I'm there soon. And
but now I had James Austin Johnson on the show. Really funny dude. And I had him. So his episode is going to come out after the SNL 50th show. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. I mean, how many times you get this opportunity? Because it'll come out after it airs.
Okay.
To talk about, give one, talk to the audience as if it was a tremendous success, and then also one as if it was a tremendous failure, and how
the 50th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So do the success
to camera, or just to you talk it.
To camera, yeah.
Okay, so I'll go here. Yeah. Boy, the 50th anniversary, it was such a success. I mean, to see Bruce Springsteen, Paul McCartney, Taylor Swift, do these songs. They just performed these songs together, and it was amazing. And they brought me up on stage, and I did cowbell, even though they had Will Ferrell.
Wow!
So it was a dream come true. So thank you to Bruce, the boss, Paul, Sir Paul, and Taylor, the woman I'm dating.
Wow, that was a success.
Yeah, it's a success.
That just happened.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, in case it goes tits up, what do you have to say?
Boy, SNL 50th was a failure. They had Menudo reunited, which who was asking for that? We had to sit there, and they did like 6 songs. I'm like, I don't know any of these songs they're playing. They did it all in Spanish, so it was like just a waste of time. The lower third thing wasn't working, so we didn't even know what the lyrics were. So that happened, and then Chris Rock punched me in the back of the head because I was bobbing along the Menudo, and he was like, "You fucking asshole!" And so he hit me, turned around, we started getting into it. Sandler broke it up, but his pants fell down, and then he had one of his like fake tuxedos where the thing rolls up, and he was pushing it down. It was just like, it was crazy. And then Radio City caught on fire, which was pretty horrible.
How did that happen?
It was Taylor Swift did a candle number.
Oh, okay.
And she had a choir, a bunch of kids sitting around her.
Because I heard, and I obviously saw the news footage, and it was like the whole fucking place went down.
Yeah, they had candles all around. Then they were like, had a helicopter come in, like Miss Saigon, that play. And the helicopter started and then the candles caught on fire. Yeah, all the costumes were made out of paper, which was just stupid.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's not bright.
No. Candles and paper. Anyways.
Any survivors?
Nope.
Oh.
No. Showbiz is starting over.
All right. Well, thank you, Tim. Thanks for that. And we'll figure out which one goes out.
I hope it's the good one.
Yeah, we'll see. You never know. Now, Tim, I close every episode with a question from my daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Still 7, but by the time this goes out, she will be 8.
Her birthday is next week.
Yep. Okay, but here is.
Does she know who I am, or these are just questions?
These are just questions. I asked her to come up with questions for my podcast, and then she'll either say something, say that'd be a good question for your podcast, or Daddy, I have a question for your podcast.
Okay,
and this is one of them.
All right.
Why do electricity and water not go together?
Wow, that's a good question from your daughter. I really don't know scientifically why they don't go together. But if they do meet and you're in the middle, you're the loser, first of all. So But I think it has something to do with the positive and negative charges from electricity.
I can't answer. This is for you to answer in any way you see fit, and I will stay out of it.
Yeah. Well, I think I really don't know scientifically why they don't. I'm just an actor. I don't know.
She's been hearing that a lot lately.
Really? From you?
Yeah, she'll ask me about stuff, or can't she have something, or whatever. Or why does this thing? I'll be like, honey, I'm just an actor.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and the questions get harder. Like when they're younger, it's easier. Like, you know, where's bread? How do we get bread? You go, I can tell you that.
That's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. I can figure that out.
But then you get,
what is death?
Yeah, brain twizzler. Like, why do electricity and water not go together? You got me. That's why you're going to school.
Yeah, but yeah, tell us when you get a little older.
Yeah.
I wish I knew. I don't have an answer.
That's
and I'm too tired, actually, too.
I'm fucking wiped out, man. Because I've been going, I had about a half hour in between dropping my daughter off and having to go to the doctor's, but I've been going nonstop.
Yeah.
Didn't sleep very well last night. No, it wasn't Coke. It was...
I didn't say anything.
You went like this.
Oh, no, I'm just...
I know,
I'm kidding. I did a hot yoga class this morning before I came here.
Hot yoga is the best.
Yeah.
Really good.
You do it?
I did. I know they have it at this amazing gym that's down the street from me that I signed up for to get a little bit better shape to hike Machu Picchu. And then I truly believe this, like, oh, this is great. Once I come back, I'll really get into it. And then I just fucking have been once, I think, so, in 6 months.
That's boy, that's
it's literally down the street.
What a quitter!
Oh yeah,
you did it once, and you were like,
I did it a bunch, and then got ready to go on this, pretty strenuous hike, and did that, and then thought, now I'm in even better. I dropped 5 pounds. I need to lose like 11.
Yeah,
like, I'd be good with 11. I dropped 5. I was getting closer. It's like, all right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think I went once, and then
fuck it.
But also, to be fair, I went out on tour in September. That was still a good 7 weeks at least that I didn't go before I went out on tour, and then just tour.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't have a chef or anything? No.
No, I don't. Yeah, I got a Chef Boyardee. Drop the checks. No, I do not have a chef.
That's too bad.
First time I ever saw that, I was
a chef,
a private chef.
Okay, yes.
I was writing with Rob Cohen, if you know Rob.
I know Rob.
Yeah, I think he's done little stints here and there on SNL. I think briefly.
Yep, he did. That's right.
And Rob and I were writing this movie called The Towering Disaster, and for Ben Stiller and Judd Apatow, and we were in some very empty office building in Burbank, and we'd been there for a couple weeks, and nobody else was there. There were 2 other people there, and then all of a sudden, this like a third of the entire floor is being taken over, and they're doing stuff. And it was a Sinbad show. I can't remember if it was a talk show or something. I feel like it was a talk show or something. And they kitted out one room, which would be like a small conference room, right? Windows overlooking the valley and stuff. And that's where his private chef was.
Sinbad.
Sinbad had a private chef, and he was there, and he wore the toque and the chef's whites. I'm not kidding. And he had like hot plates, like an omelet bar. It was like basically an omelet bar for Sinbad.
What's an omelet bar basically?
It was basically an omelet bar.
But the guy wore his chef stuff.
So he wore his chef stuff. Yep, that was the first time the concept even occurred to me.
Yeah.
I was really new to Hollywood. I mean, I'd gotten out there to write on the Stiller Show, and then went right into writing this thing with Rob, who's another writer on the Stiller Show. And so I hadn't even been there a year yet. And I'm like, you got a private chef at this office in Burbank?
Sinbad?
It was Sinbad,
private chef?
Yeah.
I remember this, and this is like a long time ago. But you changed my life. I'm going to tell you what happened.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
You were doing a pilot for I don't know if it was for CBS or something, but Matt Besser was on it.
Yeah.
Or doing something on it.
No, it was for HBO.
HBO.
Yeah.
And I came by to see Besser, and it was in between a break, and we were going to have lunch or whatever. And then you came over, and we'd already met. We'd known each other before that. And then you said, and I had gotten divorced and was sort of just like fucking trying to get myself back out there or whatever. Yeah. And Besser was very like integral in getting me back and doing improv. But anyways, I went by the set and you guys were broke. And then you came over to me and you looked at me and you went, you look like a walking advertisement. You have on a Nike hat, an Adidas shirt, pants from so-and-so, and your shoes are from so-and-so. Like, why do you dress like a commercial? That was what you said to me, basically. Yeah. And I was like, oh, wow. I never really noticed that before. And from that day on, for a while, I would not wear clothes that had any kind of like bright.
I don't wear, like if you want me to advertise your clothes, then you pay me. Or you give this to me for free. I'm not getting a big fucking Nike swoop over here and advertising your shit.
But I did. I remember thinking, because nobody had ever said that to me before either. And I don't think it was like, oh, I just came from working out.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, it's something by the studio.
You weren't even aware that all your clothes, just the ensemble you had chosen.
Was a complete advertisement for some corporations. And then I totally, after that, was just like, I'm never doing that again, or I'm going to be more aware of it. Right. You know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, thanks for making me more...
Shaming you?
Well, shaming me.
Was it shame or was it more like, what are you doing?
Well, you said it in front of a bunch of people. Oh. So I think it was shaming. Nobody laughed.
Right. That was not my intent, clearly.
I don't know, but it was I just remember it did like, I was like, oh yeah.
Well, wow. Also you're not that guy either. And I
am not that guy.
I know you from way back, and you also, like, you were never that guy. So it was a little weird.
Yeah. It was probably, I don't know.
Midlife crisis, kind of.
I probably went to TJ Maxx or something and just like grabbed a bunch of shit. I during that period, I wasn't really thinking clearly.
Right. Well, but I know you had a Flamin' Hot Funyuns hoodie. You love Flamin' Hot Funyuns. You love it. All right. Well, there you go.
It was a limited edition of Funyuns. Sure. And I thought, hey, these are going to last because it's so good.
Yeah.
Give me a hoodie. I'll take a hoodie.
I'll pay double for that.
They're like, we're giving them free.
No, I'm paying you. I want to wear this around. All right, man. All right.
Do I walk out like I came in? Just get my bag and get the fuck out?
So I'll see you Saturday night. I'm going to go to that.
Oh, great.
Oh, for sure. The
last party thing?
Or whatever.
Okay, cool.
That was a Headgum podcast.